Testing. Okay. Mic works. Turn on the stream. My phone again. All right. Oh, hello, Prismarine. Good morning to you, sir. I'm doing quite well. I woke up a few hours ago and I'm ready to start animating again. Need to pull up my stream so I can see chat on my phone. Not working though. There we go. All right. Hello, Leonid. Welcome, guys, to the stream. We're going to be continuing with. Oh, I can hear myself. Oh, that's my iPhone. Mute. Right. There we go. So we're going to be continuing with the Flower Storm animation. Today we'll be doing scene 33 to 35, I guess. No, 34. Scene 33 to 34, and I'll be focusing mostly on the blocking. If I have more time, I'll probably keep on going, but that's about it. 35 is also, I could also do 35 because it's really simple. Yeah, the focus will be on 33 and 34. Yeah, all right. Just remove this because you're not supposed to be here. Okay, let us begin. Let me see if I can get only chat. No, I can't get only chat. I can only. Oh well, that's fine. All right, so what we're gonna do. I'm gonna hide the things on the side. This also will be hidden. What? This is what we have currently. We're gonna be doing this running animation and this sliding animation. This one I'll also be doing, I guess, but that is for something else. Right. So I've already done a little bit of animation yesterday, and it's mostly just placing the root bone where it's supposed to be. See here. And also, wait, I forgot to turn off the animation for the hair, and save. And the animation for the cape as well has not been cleared. Yeah, and there's still animation because there you go. Delete. Okay, so that's what we're gonna start off with. We have to end up with this somehow. Right, so this is gonna be a little interesting. Okay. So we start off in this scene specifically. Her hair is the one that's being shown. But we're not gonna do the hair animation yet, so don't really care about that. Here, we're just gonna copy the pills, honestly. Easiest thing to do here. Open up her eyes. This is a very interesting pose. It's kind of like straight, and then she arches her back like this. Interesting way to do it. Try it out. See how good it looks. Guess you have to lean forward a little bit. Yeah, that works. And then let's scale this down just so we can have her whole body in the shot. Something like this. Sword be a little bit annoying to do. Okay, we don't need the sword on her back. We just need this sword to flip its parent to the other one. There you go. Add it to the wrist. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Need to make sure those different here. There you go, because you don't actually see her. Why is this something different here? Why is this? Is it because we don't have enough 5.5? What do you? Oh, your shirt FR. Let's see. Yeah, okay, this is an issue. B2 should be FCU 0.5%. There we go. Yeah. A lot of weird things here. Huh. So isn't this? Oh, it's because this is. There we go. Now they're lined up. Perfect. A lot of problems with the rigs. Okay, let's move on. There's a tiny bit. There's a movement frame here, but I don't really care about that movement frame, so we're not gonna do it. And then we're just gonna copy the exact same pose we have here. Basically, just slices or slashes, I guess. Okay, so now I have to make my own changes because it doesn't look that good. We have to do like this. It looks like the arc is moving in this direction. Okay, so now we have a slice. Great. What about her footwork? Her footwork is okay. Okay, and then how much words is exactly this move? Keep her slicing motion. And then this leg kind of goes backwards because she's. I think so, right? Yeah. Look over here. From here to here, her legs go backwards, or they kind of spread out further apart for balance. And here I just want her to get ready to run. So we're going to lower her center of mass. Then put her in a running pose. Yeah, I'm not actually liking this too much. I'm gonna have to do my own, remix this a little bit. Okay. Yeah, that's the way the legs are doing it is really annoying. Let us. You can fix that. What is happening here? I will fix it later. It's okay. Yeah, let's do our own animation here. She's in the middle of slicing. And then here we can move it forward. Maybe like squish her a little bit. Can also be removed. And then we rotate this further. Smaller. Turn this off so it's easier to animate. Okay, here's the issue. We need to move this further forward. Forward as well. And we swing. And you can just let loose completely. Lower the center of mass even more. So now let's look at this. That's better. Okay, cool. And then we rotate the sort of like this so we can see that arc. Okay, here we kind of go too far off. I'm looking at that. No longer follows the reference, but that's okay. Follow the reference and not a trace. Okay, what I don't like here, we don't have enough time to really understand this pose. Especially here, right here. The changes between these two are quite drastic. So I'm just gonna move them up like 2. Get it slightly lower so we can understand what she's doing. A little covering from the swing. Much better. Okay, now I made it so that she goes smaller here, right? But the only way that would make sense is if she's going away from the camera. So because of that, we'll have to change the direction she runs in over here. She slowly Now she slowly looks away from the camera. Also here, when she kicks off, we need to give her forward momentum. So there we go. Okay, and we move this over here and we scale it down, rotate it a little bit down. Okay, and now we can do the landing pose. Just do this. Just change the arm position, something I like. Make it straight. And I want to make it like this. And you can also just add some movement on the background too, because why not? Like this, is here. Then honestly, now it feels a little bit more like she's actually moving. Let's remove you. All right, what else do we have? We can improve here. This. This very big gap here. I wanted to slide a little bit on the ground, so I'm gonna scale her even smaller. Do this. A little bit of whoa, not even touching the ground. That's fine. You can always bake the shadows in post. Oh, hello, Biss. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Currently doing some animation for the Flowerstone collaboration, continuation from yesterday's stream. Hope to do approximately 8 seconds of blocking in 2 hours, hopefully. Still a little slow. I want to be a bit more snappy. There we go. Good. Long time wasn't on your stream. How are you doing? I'm doing great, sir. A lot of life changes, but going back to Canada to hopefully find a job. I'm excited. Oh, hello, Kazawa Hazuwaso. That's a really long name. Hello, Kazawa. Welcome to the stream. Oh, there's an issue here. There you are. It's aligned. Do I still want to make this even faster? No, it was fine as is. Maybe, like... You land on your right foot, so your right foot should be going back. Left foot goes forward. Left foot also scrunches up. The hair is kind of annoying, so I'm just gonna... Wait, did I delete? I did not delete the hair, okay. I thought I deleted the hair. Just remove you and make sure you're all like that. There we go. Okay. Into... Let's assume I know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna start randomly placing keyframes. Into... up. There we go. And just rotate this one to the side and increase the scale to show that she's coming closer. I think that's okay. Okay, we do need to make this even smaller though. Here's the leg, so the leg should go like this. Also, I want you to go a little bit lower. One, two, three. We're gonna move to the side a little bit just to show that the background is moving, but we have to make her move not sideways, but in this direction specifically, diagonally. A little up. There we go. That's the issue with using diagonals, is you have to remember which direction is, right? So scale you up from here just so you're coming closer. Closer up. Yeah, I think this pose might actually not be that good. I don't get to show her trying to keep balance. I mean, it might be better if I just animate this normally. Look. What are we aiming at? Now, what are you aiming at? I'm tracking two, not this. You are damp track 2, shirt track FR. Where is that? Outliner. It is here. You are definitely not tracking that, but what? What, you lied to me? There is no way you're tracking that. Not even close. Who are you? You just have a parent to the hip, huh? So confused, bro. Track, shirt, FR. Huh? No, because clearly you're not tracking this. I'm so confused. What the hell? Oh, we got minimum maximum rotations. Don't think that makes a difference, does it? Okay, so I see what this was supposed to do. Turn off limit Z. No, that doesn't help at all. Whoa. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this kind of fixes it. That's something I have to do later, not now. Okay, keep on going. That's a really weird close that she's hitting. Yeah, look at that. It's not even a line. Do check. Wait, that is way too much. 200. Clear and then check again. This is fine. Maybe we can lower it a little bit. There we go, much better. Can I do anything to break this up? Maybe move it back up so it looks a little better. Best I can do. Okay. There we go. I think that's okay, because what happens here is she kind of spins around. Ooh. Out. I just remove this. This will look better. Not really, because I actually do need that. Oh, hello, Math. Welcome to the stream, good sir. Hope you had a great day. Also, this is too much. There we go. Let me end it here. There it is. Okay. Okay, I think we need to do another rig change here, bro. Alright, let's work on specifically the shirt. The shirt's really annoying right now. Okay, so obviously topology-wise I need to double check it, see if it's okay or not. Topology-wise, it is doing great. This is great topology. Ooh, that's not an issue. Can I remove this? There we go. So now we see the real topology. I'm just gonna fix this up first, because this is definitely annoying. Make sure they kind of line up like that. Okay, that's the first thing. And then now the second thing is I need to make sure I understand exactly how this works. Also, there's a lot of vertex creases which I'm going to remove. Don't need vertex creases. I don't even know why I put them there. Okay, so now let's look at the rig. See how it actually works. So I'm looking for extra and extra mechanics. So the way this works is we have these guys which rotate upward. I think that's the main way it works, right? So that's horrendous. It's a terrible way to do this. Okay, so we just have to do bendy bones, I think, right? It seems like it's a bendy bone angle, so let's just make a bendy bone for this. I'm gonna hide you guys because I don't need you guys at this moment. Hide you guys as well. Yeah, this is terrible. Now the thing is, we already have the things we need for a bendy bone system, so that's not a big deal. Because you already have these bones, and oh wait, I just noticed issues with this. What are you trying to do? Okay, here's one issue. All of this needs to be bendy bone torso. Even these guys in the bottom, I feel, but we'll do that later. Well, and it kind of caves in, notice? That's bad, so we're gonna have to make this bendy bone torso as well. And then it stops caving in. There we go. So now we have that. We change all of these into bendy bone bones. Oh, we have this too. What's this? This big one is just the controller of, yeah, okay, so don't care about those. We care only about these small ones. Move the tops and then just pull the bottoms down. Make sure they line up with this. There we go. I'm going to hide. Actually, it's gonna make them smaller. There we go. Okay. We can make this a little bit farther down. Alright, this is what we have. Alright. You don't have a bone constraint. Why do you move like this though? This is actually very interesting. Why do you move as if you have a limit rotation constraint on? That is kind of weird. Huh. I'm so confused, but at the same time, I think I might know what the issue is. Oh, it's still moving. Oh, that means, okay, I see why. We have a driver here. Hi, driver. Delete driver. Now we can move this as we want. Perfect. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a... Do you have a... You don't have one. Okay, cool. So... we want the subdivisions modifier on top, not below. There we go. Look at that. We have to make sure this bottom part has a mean crease. And okay, so that is good now. Now I just change this into a bendy bone. Do I even need to do this as a bendy bone? I don't think I need to. How much? Oh, there's really only two. And all I need to do really is just move this up and down. And I can just manually do it as is. I don't really need the bendy bone. Wait, scaling doesn't do anything though. Interesting. Why not? Aren't you parented to this? FC. Oh, this is the mechanic bone. This is the actual bone. That's a little annoying, actually. Then I don't really care about these bones, no? These bones mean nothing to me. It's these bones that matter. Individual organs, you scale all of them up. Add bones on the side, scale them up. Add these bones, scale them up. Okay, and I'm just gonna remove this cube. This is inaccurate. Okay, so we have the real bones now, and then all of these, I need you guys to not have... I mean, the copy rotation constraint doesn't really matter if you don't have anything targeting it. Okay. Alright, so that's done. Now that that's done, all I need to do is just rotate like this, which is great. It does work. Now I need to see if doing bendy bones changes anything. Having a bendy bone does not change anything, so there's no point in making the bendy bones. I just need to make sure I correct the weight paints. So here on the side, we have shirt BL, which is not what I want. I want it to be 50% BL, 50% BL, and then SL, okay. SL, and you want it to be 50% on these two. Okay. Now it doesn't, now it's a lot more smooth, and this also affects it. Yeah. Perfect. These lined up? They are lined up, so why do we have this weird looking thing? It's downwards. You have an issue with your edges, maybe. These are all one. What about you? Weird. I don't know why you have that issue. But I guess I could just solve it by scaling these two to this side. There goes that. It still does. Oh, wait, that's interesting. Oh, wait, because obviously, I need to do that. The reason why is because these are two separate meshes, so I need to add same weights for this guy as well. BL, 50% SL, 50% BL. Again, it should be almost perfect, but it's not. This has a subdivision surface of 2. I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna remove this. See if they line up. They don't line up. That's weird. Why don't you guys line up? Look at this. This one. Let me turn on wireframe. You can see, right? These two should be lining up, but they're not lining up. Interesting, interesting. Move the solidify modifier as well, just so you can see what the hell is happening here. Oh, we're doing FC. Okay, that's wrong. Remove FC and then SL. There we go. Now it's correct. Alright, let's do this for the sides as well. This is SR. This as well as SR. Oh, this is SR. And then U2, you are SL. Wait, no. I'm very confused. SL, and then this is SL2. Wait, no, this is, oh my god. This is front to back. It's not SL, but SR that we put in here. Here as well is SR. Okay, and then here, move SL, add SR. Okay, so now when I rotate this, it works. I kind of fucked you up. I want this to be 100% SR. Okay, cool. This 0.25% torso, which I honestly don't like, so just make sure torso is 0. Yeah. BR, what is this? Why are you in BR? You're supposed to be BC. BC, BL, that's correct. Wait, yeah, BL, BR, SR at BR, SR, SR, FR. This is not exact. Let me make it exact. You know what? Good. I guess there's slight issues if I don't make it exact. So let's go SR 0.5. Okay. FC, FR, this will be just completely FR, please. Oops, wrong one. FR. And then I'm assuming this is already perfect. These ones will be FL. Please. And it's already on the side one, so that's not an issue. Ooh, actually moving a lot more than expected, so that means there's too much. Yeah, this is FL only. We need to do SL 0.5. There we go, and then SL 0.5 for you as well. Okay, and I think with that we have finished the rigging portion. I'm going to delete these bones, but I don't need them. Now if I turn on the things, we can do this now. Perfect. So much better. Almost good. Alright, welcome back, Prismarine. Welcome back. I just finished re-rigging her dress shirt, whatever this is called. Ooh. Okay, now that we have that, let me get out of here and let's turn this off. Is it back? There's a lot of stuff in the background. Can we remove that? Thank you. $50. I want us to move forward, not backwards. Get a little bit back. You see where it's coming from. Get the foot like this. Okay. Hey. Oh, hello, Mikas. welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Hope you have a great day. Currently locked in on this animation right now. It's good enough. We'll keep on going. Now I want to do the correction for shirt. Let's do that. Now that we have a good rig, this will be so much easier. Okay, so I'll just call you Diana. Cool. Hope you don't mind me speaking English, because I can't speak in Indonesian very fast. I have to actually think, and I don't like thinking. Solidify. Let's just increase the solidify. Whoa. Why is it like that? You know what? Simple fix is just extrude this like this, and we won't have issues. We'll still have issues. Okay, goddamn. Why is it so thin? This is really annoying. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter how thin it is. There we go. That makes it not thin anymore. Hide and there we go. And by the way, Dino, if you have any questions, you can ask them to me right now, and I can answer them to you. Might be a bit more helpful to have it as a live session instead of a tutorial. One. Oh, that's really annoying. That explains it. Oh, hello, entertainer. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing, sir? How do I place the reference image on the side, and how are you? Well, for the second question, I'm doing great. To be honest, not feeling that great this week. Oh well, as long as you rest, you'll be fine. How to place the reference image on the side? I'm not sure what you mean by reference image. If you mean reference video, like the one I have right here, right? You go to video editing tab, so you go in, So I'm assuming you can see this, right? Yeah, you can see this. You're gonna go to general. Oh no, it's right here. Video editing. You go to video editing. Make sure you click on your scene. If you're in your scene, you just like you press Shift A, and you hit movie. Then you can put your video in. Make sure you've downloaded the video, obviously. If you want to put a reference image, you can also do it the same way. Make sure you pop out specifically the video sequencer into your 3D layout. So over here, you can just go to the corner of any context window, drag it down, you duplicate it, and now you can just change this. For an image, you can go to the image editor and then click on this to open an image. But you can also, I don't think you can do it. I can import an image as a mesh plane because I have an add-on for it. But there's other ways you can do it. So these are the ways you would do it though. Perhaps since my classes started again, my old stress fund returns. Hey man, it is what it is, right? It's gotta lock in and finish uni. Simple as that. And have a great team. I'll gather my rank so I can get out of it. Alright. Hoping you succeed. I don't like how it shifts forward. There we go. This is all good. I'm gonna rotate it slightly. You get that feeling. Okay. We're done with this side. Now we have to rotate to this side. To yep, that should be fine. Okay. That's the final thing to remove this off of the screen, and we have it now. Alright, we have the basic animation. I don't like how we go here though. Good enough. Okay. I guess I could just immediately go into doing the secondary animation, so like the hair and stuff. I do wanna. Okay, let's fix the hair rig as well before we do that, though. So again, I'm just going to move all of this one forward. So we have the face pose. I need to reset the head position, and then reset all of the hair, and then actually reveal the hair. Now let's work on this because there's a few issues I have with the hair rig currently. Okay, so right now if I twist this happens. Right? And the reason that happens is most likely, it's my guess anyway, the rolls are not aligned. Yeah, the rolls are not even close. So I'm going to go and click everything. I think it's Alt R to reset the roll. So now everything should have the exact same roll. So when I roll it, much better. Oh, that's so much better. Okay, but we're not done yet because there's still other things I want to do. Specifically, I know this is parented to it, but I don't want it to actually be parented. First, I'm just going to select all of these knobs that represent the IK controller. I'm going to hide them. Okay. And now for the rest, I'm going to make sure that I do this one by one because it'll be very confusing if I don't. Oh, are you serious? Okay, this is going to be very annoying. Hide them here. And then also hide them here. Okay, now we are good. Now we can work on this. So what I want to do here is I want to move it so that you are positioned here. But I also need to separate this. Okay, and then I need to change. Actually, I just need to change everyone's handle from absolute to tangent. Okay, because now we can do this. Perfect. And I just need to make sure they're still parented. They'll keep offset. Perfect. I'm gonna do that over and over again. Y here and then parent you together. Actually, can't I just it's connected. I just turn off the connected part. There we go. Let me just do this. Turn off connected. Turn off connected. This is much faster. Okay. What else is left? This one is left. Okay. Hair rig has been corrected. Quote unquote. So now we reveal everything again and then remove these guys. And now we're good. So now we have corrected all of the objects basically. And we're ready to continue. Okay, let's go. Back to this, and then you just move this back by one. And oh, we have issues. Oh, we have issues. What the hell is wrong? You did not get parented properly. Wait, no. You were just not parented to the head. That is a big problem. What are you parented to? Hair root. That's what you're parented to. Hair underscore root. Okay, and then the other one is this. Just make sure you're parented. And we're good now. Okay, great. Now I can start doing the actual animation. Again, we have to do this in order. And the first thing we have to do is the cloak, because the cloak is underneath the hair. So let's do this one first. This one's relatively easy. So we just start off with a wavy shape. Like be shaped like this. Move this back because we don't want too much to be exposed. And then we go here. That's when we go kind of like this. Curve around the body. Okay, why are you guys like that? We want this to curve like this. Okay, this thing is just looping the same thing over and over again, no? Another one doesn't loop the same ones. Right out. Actually, I want to try this instead. Remove. Oh, we can't move it higher. Oh well. I don't know why when I use C40 somehow it feels easier than when I use Blender. I wouldn't know, I've never used C40, but it's probably just because you've used it before, right? If I've used Blender for a long time, and whenever I use anything else it feels difficult because I have to learn from the beginning, right? But as a person who hasn't used C40, I can't tell you which one is better. It really depends on the person. Wait a minute. I have an idea. The reason why this is doing all of that shenanigans is because you're not in the center. So as long as I put you in the center, you're all good. Yeah, okay, wait, that's stupid of me. There you go, now we won't have that issue. Back together. Hide these again. Oh my god. Hide these again, and then repose them. Okay. When you're creating animation, are you using like 30, 60 FPS or higher on this? I'm using 24 FPS specifically, I think. Because that's the film standard. Most movies and cinema animation are 24 FPS. Usually 30 FPS and 60 FPS is reserved for like game animation where you need more detail. Okay, we're doing good. Hide this as well. Okay. Next we have is the hair. Let's do the hair now. Alright, so I'm gonna focus on the front one first because the front one is really easy. Be up close for this. But why do we have this? That's actually a little weird. Let me go and check my... Huh. It's the lighting that's the issue, no? If I turn off shadow, that's weird. The fact of turning off shadows. That's interesting, actually. It doesn't look... The lighting doesn't look too bad. Let me just make sure everything is shade smooth. It's a really interesting lighting if I turn off shadows. Turning on shadows gives a nice jitter. Oh, you dumbass! This casts a shadow. Obviously, it casts a shadow. We're gonna use a what's it called? It's called light path. Use a light path is camera rain alpha, so it doesn't cast a shadow on the character itself. Anyway, let's work on her hair again. Okay. Can barely see that honestly, so it's not that big of an issue. Okay, now let's work on her actual hair, because this one has something very particular in it. The first one has the hair coming outwards like this. Oh, what happened here? L001. Interesting. Oh, because I scaled this too high, that's why. Behind you because I don't need to do anymore. You can just make it follow the cape. Honestly, all of them will follow the cape. This makes everything easier. I'm feeling very nervous because the deadline for my infographic competition and submission is just 7 days away. Yet I keep revising it because it feels it isn't good enough. Sometimes you just gotta accept it for what it is, man. If you keep on worrying, you'll never submit it, and then if you never submit it, it's like you just fail, right? So better to get something than nothing. Quick change. Better. I think this lighting's better. Hey, finally, holy. But you know what? I'll have a little bit of the kid peeking out just to show that she's still moving. Okay. Ooh, that's one section done. Very good. Very good. Let me get my graphics tablet. Okay, where is my cable? Oh, there we go. Does it work? Huh, weird. It doesn't seem like it does work. Okay, well that's kind of sad. Oh, we'll use the other cable. There we go. Ooh, I want to try this out. So it seems like a something is coming in and she's just slashing it. So we've put a cube because cubes are cool. And then give it a color. And we'll give shader. Plot. And then output. Serial output. And so give it a color that's similar to this. It's like a okay, that's a little annoying. Then here we just hide it because I'm going to use a grease pencil object. Grease pencil, blank, draw mode, and we're going to use the grease pencil to animate the fact that it's blowing up into pieces. We need two colors, one is the shadow, one is the not shadow. So she strikes it here and it kind of just flies around. Strength, maximum. Okay, so we're gonna make a bunch of small little debris pieces. Oops. The cursor is here. Yeah, no, that's correct. Why did it... Weird. Where's the camera? Oh, camera's pretty far away. Also, I want to make sure that it doesn't react to light, so we can... Let's see. Yep. Okay. can add a little bit of motion blur to it. Okay. Wait, so you can draw in Blender? I can animate 2D in Blender? Yes, you can. You can do 2D animations in Blender. Indeed. You just need you need to use grease pencil. It's an object type. Instead of 2D, that's going to do 3D locations. Thank you very much. Okay, and now we do a bit of animation correction here because this is a little off. I'll correct it to be correct. This one, I'm looking for this, and we're just gonna make sure she strikes it head on. Yeah, and now we're going to do another thing. The cool thing here is I can add another darker color. Yeah, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw onto this cube the crack line. Okay, and then after that, we're gonna add another one that's brighter than this one. And then this will be like the energy that she's imparting onto the cube. See it like listen through the cracks. Here's the thing, I think the cube is a little too big. Make it a bit smaller. And here, there's a big explosion, so we're gonna do this. And in addition to that, I want to add another layer, which will be pitch black, and then this will show the smear of the sword. So I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna go to grease pencil, add sword here, because we can't actually see the sword moving. Do this. Oh well, I guess I can't see it. We kind of hold this for a little too long, you know? I might speed this up a little bit. So we're gonna go here. It's gonna be one frame impact, so I have to be careful with what I do here. I think it's okay though. Yeah, it's pretty good. And then we doing the effects, so I'm gonna bring that back. Welcome back. I'm gonna remove you. And here, you need the smoke that she's, or this trail of dust. Trail of dust here is actually due to her sword, but we don't have that animation, so we're gonna use a different source. I'm also going to create dust on the ground from where her feet is touching. Also, this should really be darker, not same color as the ground, or else we can't see it. So we'll use this color. And then now we turn it back to white for this. This is for this the wind speed. Also, we need to remove. Let's turn this back on. Okay. It's not exactly what I was expecting. Okay. Actually, doesn't look that good. This one's fine though. Oh, hit message back. All right, I didn't read that message. It's a question. Don't feel free to ask. I don't mind. Okay, so I'm gonna put a what is it called? Noise texture. Right, I'm gonna go plug it in straight here. I'm gonna take RGB or noise color. Really, two colors. First color is this one. Second color is this one. Okay, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a. Do you have any plan to come back to Indonesia or something in the future? I'll visit. I won't live in Indonesia ever. I don't want to live in Indonesia, but I'll probably come back. I do own land, right? So I can't just leave that hanging, right? And recently they have announced that you can be dual citizen of Indonesia, so which is kind of good because if I get a Canadian residency, I could be both a Canadian and Indonesian, which is kind of nice. Oops. Copy the color. Go. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna reduce this Z, not the Z, sorry, the Y until it's really small, like this, and then we're just gonna change this. There we go. Roughness, increase recurrency. Bit of distortion, why not? Yeah, what I think I want to do is sort of just make this really small. Is it not reacting the way I expected to? Oh, it's C, dumbass. Okay. I want to object. There we go. Oh my god, that makes more sense. I want to just reduce this X to a really big number. There we go. So now from the beginning, we're just going to. Is it movement in the X? Yeah. So we move it in the negative. So here, I'm just gonna move it backwards. Boom. Now when I set this to linear. Make it move fast. Okay. So now, how do we add shadows? This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna add a. We can just use the same grease. No, I'll add a new grease pencil. Grease pencil. And we're gonna call this shadow. And we're gonna draw a color that's slightly darker than this. And then we're gonna switch this to surface. God, bro, I barely see. Let's get off. So we don't have a shadow here yet because obviously she's not frame. Here we have a shadow. I'm also going to turn off strength. And I can draw a shadow right there. Don't want this to kind of affect it, so that's going to be a little annoying. Okay, so I'm going to remove. So I'm just going to put the place where I think her shadow is going to be in. I also need to remove. I have to remove so much things. There we go. Oh, here's a very smart thing you can do. I'm gonna give Suno a line art. So we're gonna go collection line art. Boom. Okay, before I ruin everything. Gonna go here and in line art. I'm just gonna give edge type, contour off, crease off. Actually, I need contour, specifically silhouette. Everything else is fine, and then I'm just going to bake this line art. Bake without clearing. And the reason I'm doing this is because I need some way I need Blender to tell me where Suno is. without her actually being there, because if she is there, she'll mess up with the grease pencil. I can't like draw it on the floor. I have to draw it on Suno herself. But if I do it via a grease pencil, I'm just gonna put this out and I'll hide, and now we have the outline of Suno without needing thing. So anyway, shadow. Now we can do shadows really easily. Okay, sun surface, can we go a little bit higher? Okay, 1, 2. Then this is how the shadow would be, so we just might as well practice now. And we have like a really big shadow because of her cape. So we just draw kind of draw the cape. Something like this. Oops. And don't forget the cape. Really big. Nice thing is I can actually use the shadow as a sort of smear frame. And it also helps me figure out where she is on the ground. She's running or flying. Hands getting a little tired. I need to angle them in the correct position or else it'll hurt my wrist. Make a really big one and then just put things here. And we don't see it anymore. Okay, now we can turn off the line art and see what it actually looks like. Ooh, it looks nice. Okay. The thing is, we can also add a bit of opacity here. There we go. Now I can change this. So for example, if I wanted the thing to be a different color, for example, let's change hue and saturation so that it's blue maybe. The problem is this is a brown shadow, but it works. I do need it to be like a gradient though, because if you look over here, it's actually a gradient. I can actually do that by using a gradient texture. Well, not really a gradient texture. I'm going to use a separate XYZ node. That is the object, and find out which direction we need it in. X, not in X, so we need it in the Y direction. And we use a map range node here. To use a map range node, we're just gonna lower the from minimum down here. Oh my god, it's like slightly rotated, you know? Just rotate it like this, maybe. Here we go, so now it's kind of straight. After that, we're gonna put a color ramp node, so that we can change the easing on this when we use a B-spline, because B-spline is always a nice gradient. Like this, okay, and then we just go and use a mix color node at the very end So we mix these two colors together, and I want it to be overlay maybe. Overlay. There we go. Okay, I kind of maybe want to make it a bit more. Let's make it other way around. And then here I'll give it like a darker orange. Okay, and then this will just be gray, which is 0.5. There's no effect here. And now we can see that effect I'm talking about. Right? Max this out. Maybe not max it out, but let's do this. Okay, and I also want this to have, let's just give it quite a bit of subdivisions here. Specifically, we need subdivisions in this area. Cool. And then I'm gonna give you a displacement modifier. We're gonna give you a new texture. This texture shall be a cloud texture. Now you can see it's going up and down. We can add roughness over here. I'm gonna also do this. Here we go. We have roughness. Shade smooth doesn't really matter actually. I'm gonna add maybe a subdivision on top of that just to make it a little bit better. Okay, and then all I need to do is I have to add a way for this to get animated over time, and we'll use an object. We're going to put in an empty arrow specifically. I'm going to make sure that this is following that empty arrow. Boom. And so now when I move this, ooh, look at that, you get waves. It's not exactly what I'm looking for, but it's a start. In fact, what we can do here is we can animate the waves to the character. Let's see how that looks. Try this. It's also, I think, just too. There we go. Oh, I have an idea. No, I have a better idea. Like all of this whole edge, and then we're gonna make this whole edge mean vertex crease, so that the edges are sharp. Right? Does that work? I do need the edge to be dark, so one other thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add another one of these, gonna add another color ramp to this, and we're going to specifically go here and in here, right? We're just gonna use this as a factor, copy this color, paste, and let's see what this does. Yeah, there we go. I'm just gonna make this constant, so the edge is always this color. Yeah, look at that. We have an outline color now. Problem is it's on overlay. There we go. Now it's mixed much better. Look at that. Maybe I don't like the up and down motion very much. I have another idea. And it's this group. Put this group in. Then I invert it. And the reason I want to do this is because I want to make the insides smooth. Right, so the inside is smooth and straight, but the edge is jaggedy. And that gives us the look we're looking. That gives us the exact look I'm going for. Okay, so another thing I want to try out is I want to duplicate this, and then make it smaller, right? And then I'll put a slight difference to it here, and then I have to also make sure that the depth is slightly smaller. So in the background we have, oh well, this is what we do. Okay, so the background has the larger ones. Now they currently move at the same speed, but I want to change that so that one of them moves slower. Now we have the illusion of depth. We have one that's in the far back, and then one's up close. Good. To move this thing, I'm gonna add those blurry bits and bobs from the foreground. It's like grass, right? Oh wait, we're doing on surface. I need to do on 3D cursor. Where's the 3D cursor here? Whoa. Delete. Put the 3D cursor in front of the character. Okay, that's too big. That's way too big. Okay, and what we're gonna do here to make them look like they're moving is we're gonna add smear frames. Well, I wish I could just rotate my damn view, but I can't. So we're just gonna slowly sides. Make it small as well. Can't be too big. Also, can I just add my magical mix of dot and dash and noise? Yeah, I think it's not that bad. Rank so you can feel like there's a little bit of blur. There we go. So now we have motion blur here. Okay, this part is kind of useless. I'm gonna move it like this. So this part I'm gonna increase. It's a lot bigger. And also I need to add an actual animation here. Right. There it moves. A bit more. Okay, I forgot that this was in the same uh thing. So there we go. And then while we're here, I might as well add the extra degrees. Oh, horrendous palette here. Oh my god, I just throw one here, one here. Right, we're good now. And here we're just gonna random bits and bobs flying through. We have one get launched. Here it gets launched into a bunch of bits. It hits the green. Add the skinning again. Yeah, you did pretty well there. Got a ping from somebody. Who's this? Oh, all right. It's been an hour, 2 hours, 1 hour, 1 hour. It's almost 1 hour. Wait, I only animated for an hour, really? No, that's not right. I felt like I animated for 2 hours. Yeah, I don't know what this. I don't know what Streamlab is saying. But I haven't been animating for 2 hours. Okay, so I think I finished one whole scene. Scene 33. Well, technically this is not 33. This is well, no, this is 33. But yeah, it is. Right. So finish scene 33. I think I'll do scene 34 another day. All in all, I think it's good work that's done today. I think I'll be ending the stream here. So whoever's left, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.